In the series of the state space analysis in the control engineering subject, we have already discussed about the how to convert a transfer function into the state space variables, and how to create the uh, state model using the transfer function. So in this particular lecture we again discuss the state model in the state space analysis chapter. Today we are going to discuss the state model for the transfer function of case 2 type. Why it is called the case 2 type? You may see here this is a transfer function GS, which is equal to the output upon input, that is YS upon US. In this particular transfer function you see that the in the denominator part in the numerator part there is C2S plus C1. The S variable exists in the numerator part. That's why we designate this particular transfer function as the case 2 type. Now we are going to find out the solution of this particular transfer function. We are going to draw the state model for this transfer function. In the GS may be equal to YS upon US, that representing that the output upon input, this particular YS upon US is multiplied with the one more variable, the denominator and the numerator, both the parts are multiplied with the x1s and x1s. This particular step was not taken in the earlier model 1. However, in case 2 type we have to incorporate this step also. You may see here that further this particular transfer function can be converted like this: x1 upon u and y upon x1. So in the next step, let x1 upon u is equal to k upon the part of this transfer function is uh, given to the x1 upon u side. The x1 upon u represent the k upon sq plus this we have assumed, and in the second part that the ys upon xs is taken as c2s upon plus c1. So this is the particular assumption we have to take in the case 2 type. However, it is not needed by the in case 1. Let us continue. Now we are going to solve the first part of this equation. In the first part we have cross multiply x1 with this transfer function values, and after cross multiplying we are going to take the inverse Laplace. You may see here in the inverse Laplace, the as s cube multiplied by x1s, this represent after taking the inverse Laplace, as there is a cube value, so there you have to put the third derivative of x1 with respect to time t after inverse Laplace, because we have converted the particular equation into the Laplace domain to time domain. So in this equation you may see here that this is the third derivative. S square multiplied by x1 can be converted into second derivative of x1 with respect to time t, and similarly a2s multiplied by x1s can be taken as the first derivative of x1 with respect to time t, and so on. So in this particular equation you may see here that if we take the highest order of the differential part of the x1 on the left hand side, and the remaining all the elements in the right hand side, then this equation will become like this: x1 triple dot t is equal to kut minus this. So this is a particular method of solving this type of problem. You may see here, let state variables. So initially we have converted this equation into the time domain, and after that we have to take these assumptions, as these assumptions we have taken earlier also, to convert this particular transfer function into the state space equation. So the first motive of to convert this transfer function into the state space variable or state space equation. So you may see here that we have assumed x1 dot is equal to x2. We have already taken the variable x1, and the next step is x1 dot, the first derivative of x1 with respect to time t, we have taken it, assumed it as x2, and x double dot represents the second derivative, we assumed it x3, and x triple dot 1 is representing the representing as x3 dot. So these variables can be further be written like this: x1 dot, x2 dot, and x3 dot. x1 dot, x2 dot, x3 dot may be taken as x1 dot is equal to x2, x2 dot is equal to x3, and x3 dot, which is the third derivative of x1 with respect to time t, and this can be written like this. From this equation we directly put this value, the minus a1 x1 minus a2 x1 dot minus a3 x double dot, and we have replaced this x1 dot x double dot with x and x3. Now this equation will become like this. So this is nothing but just converting this particular equation in the state variables and put this particular equation in the x3 dot terms. Now these three equations may be written like that in the matrix form: x1 dot, x2 dot, x3 dot, and these are the coefficient, as we have discussed earlier, that these are the coefficient of x1, x2, x3 in the particular A matrix. This is representing the A matrix and this is representing the B matrix. So in this A matrix we are taking the coefficients of x1, x2 and x3. So 0, 1, 0 represents the coefficient of x1, x2, x3 in the first equation, and in second equation again 0, 0, 1, because there is no value of x1 and x2, therefore we put the value 0, 0. And in third equation we are taking this minus a1, minus a2, minus a3. These are the three coefficients of this particular x3 x1, x2 and x3. Now this 0, 0 k represents the u is only available in the third equation, and first two equation there is no value of u, that's why it is 0, 0 k. Similarly, in the next step, ys upon x1s, ys upon x1s is the second part of this equation. In this particular equation we have taken the c2s c1, which is further converted into the time domain. C2s can be after multiplying with x1s, we can write it like that: c2 multiply with the first derivative of x1 with respect to time t plus c1 x1 t. Now x1 dot t can be replaced with x2, and the final equation will become like this: c2 x2 plus c1 x1. This will be the final equation which we have generated with the help of just transforming the Laplace variable into the time domain variables. Now yt can be written like this. This can also be written like c1 c2 representing the coefficient of x1 and x2, and the x3 value is 0, that's why it is 0, and remaining x multiply with the x1, x2, x3. Now finally we have converted the complete transfer function into the state space variable. Now in the next part you may see there is a state model. How to draw the state model for these two state variable equations? The first part of this equation can be drawn in the state model as we have discussed in the case 1 part. Now you may see here this yt representing the output, and x1 is one of the variable which we have assumed. It is the intermediate variable between input and output. Now this x1 can be written like this. After integrating the x1 dot, we may get the value of x1. That's why this, for satisfying the first equation, we can take this particular arrangement, if we integrate the x1 dot, we may get the value of x1. Similarly, we further we assumed x1 dot is equal to x2, and similarly x2 dot after integration we get the value x2, and x3 dot may also be after integrating the x3 dot we may also get the value x3. In the similar fashion, we have converted all these uh, two equations, and write in this fashion. The state model representing the satisfy the all the assumed equations, and be drawn like this. Now this input u and this output y, for satisfying this third main equation, we have to take the feedback from x1, x2 and x3, as we have already done in the case 1 also. So similarly, for the first part, as we see a1 multiplied by x1, a1 multiplied by x1, we will get the value a1 x1, and after summing node, this is the a2 x2, a2 is multiplied with this x2, and we get this value a2 x2, and this summation sign. Ultimately, on this particular node we get the value a1 x1 plus a2 x2. In this particular node we are getting the value a1 x1 and a2 x2. Similarly, on this third node, after getting this a3 x3 value, after summing we get that a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus a3 x3. You may see in this equation also a1 x1, a2 x2 and a3 x3. After summing all these three entities, we get at this point a1 x1 plus a2 x2 and a3 x3, and after this summation with this negative sign, we get minus a1 x1 minus a2 x2 minus a3 x3, and this particular part ku is added, this ku is added with this positive sign, and the first equation is satisfied, this first equation is satisfied in this particular state model. Now this output equation should also be incorporated, this output state space equation is also be incorporated in this particular model. For this particular x1 is multiplied with this c1, as you may see here that x1 is multiplied with this c1 and x2 is also multiplied with c2. So there is one more path in which we have to multiply this x2 with c2, this c2, this is the gain value we have taken, and this x2 is multiplied with c2, and after this multiplication here we get that x2 c2, and on this point we get x1 c1, and with the help of this summation node we get the value c1 x1 plus c2 x2, which is equal to the value yt. So in this way we have to satisfy all these equations, and we have to draw this state space model for the particular transfer function. So in this exercise we have discussed how to draw the state space model for transfer function of case 2 type. Thank you very much.